Hello, dear friends. I greet you all over the world. I say good evening from here and good morning wherever you are. Good afternoon. Depends on your time zone. So I found it imperative this moment to inform my beloved brothers and sisters what is going on in Nigeria now, happening now. So everywhere in the north now is in fear as Hausa people threatens Igbos to leave north, to go. Hausa people give Igbos quick notice to go back to Biafra land and leave north. And this message is to whom it may concern, because once bitten, twice shy. I'm not against anybody who is living wherever he feels comfortable to live. I'm not against anybody who is making his daily bread from wherever he is. But I will be angry if my people will be killed for no reason. Here is the spotlight of what is going on now in Nigeria between Hausas and Igbos. Because of the killings, killing of 16 terrorists in Edo State a day ago, it have triggered anger and uncontrollable utterances, which supposed not to be. Because closely I've been watching Hausas and their behavior towards the Fulanese impunity killings in Nigeria. And so many of them who have spoken on the social media I saw, we are not happy on what Fulanese are doing, killing people in the north and other parts of Nigeria. But now, should I say that either directly or indirectly, that Hausa people have been happy for the killings of innocent people in Biafra land by Fulani terrorists, that made them to come up with this drastic decision, very decisive, against Igbos in the north. So I will beg of you, if you don't want Igbos anymore in the north, please let them return home alive. You have done well by giving them quit notice, all right? Anybody who was killed by train was because the person is deaf. So what I'm trying to say to this issue is this: try to understand the genesis of your problem. Maka na onye amaghị ebe mmiri bidoro mawa ya, agaghịkwa ama ebe o ruru ya akwụsị. Somebody who don't know where the rain started beating him will never understand where he reached and the rain stopped. You may look at it that I'm talking in riddles, but very soon it shall manifest physically. So, Hausa people giving Igbos quit notice, trying to say that it was Igbos that arranged the killings of the 16 terrorists from Edo State. In Edo State. Now you can see that Hausa people have been happy over the killings of Igbos by Fulanis. Hausa people have never reacted over the massacres of Igbos in Biafra land by Fulani terrorists. Though I don't blame them, because they are fighting for their rights. Northern land, Arewa land, belong to Hausas. It does not belong to Igbos. But some Igbos are like a father, like a son. How I mean by like a father, like son, is that as Ohaneze, ndị Igbo, and Igbo politicians sold their respect and future because of money to Northern Caliphate, to Muslims, is how some Igbos, not all of them, some Igbos have sold their respect and dignity and future to Hausas. And some of them have lived in the north and died in the north and buried in the north. Some Igbos, I know them, from Enugu State, Anambra, Ebonyi, but especially from Enugu State. So you see that everybody knows his own. Everybody fights for his own. It's only Igbo people that, because of money, some Igbo people sold their birthright to Sokoto Caliphate. Example again, Dimodumegwu Ojukwu's wife, Bianca Ojukwu, the daughter of a Christian Chukwuma Ono, Sisi Ono. She sold Simon Ekpa to Finland authorities in order to stop Biafra nation. Now, Northerners are telling Igbos to go, that they cause the problem. They have a hand for the killing of 16 terrorists from North. Now, Ojukwu's wife, Bianca Ojukwu, where will you run to? Chukwuma Soludo, where will you go to? Opuzodema, Pitamba, Oti, and Nwifuru. Those who are sponsoring terrorism and funding terrorists and sending them to jihad, sending them to Mecca with the state money just to please Sokoto Caliphate. But you displease your own people. Now, where is your stand and where is your fate? The people you are pleasing don't care about you. Their mission day and night is to kill you. Listen to me. This particular hatred you are seeing here is something that caused the war between Biafra and Nigeria the first time, in the first place. Hatred, cruel hatred. Now, is Edo State an Igbo land? The answer is no. Then, how does something that happened in Edo State become repugnant to Igbo land? Look at the distance between Edo State and Southeast. And how can you believe this? So, you, it concerns. You have all the plans in your hands on how you will save yourself when they started the slaughtering and the massacre. And this makes me to begin to look at Hausa people with a different eyes. To be the same with the Fulani people. And this portrays joy and happiness on the mind of Hausas for the killings of Igbos in Biafra land by Buhari and Tinubu. So how do you describe it? Yes, I can tell you that Igbo people have no hand in anything that have to do with the terrorism or terrorists or the killings of the 16 terrorists in Edo State. So be careful. Igbo people, be careful. Understand and remember, like I have always said, that every part of Nigeria hated Igbo man. Igbo man doesn't have any other place except Biafra land. But Igbo man will not listen to me. Igbo man will insult me, abuse me on the social media, in the comment section, telling me how stupid and useless I am by trying to save them. But what I'm trying to explain to you now is not a matter of stupidity. It's a matter of life, loss of lives. Don't say that you didn't hear their warning and their threat for you to live not. Because it has been paining them that Biafra want to separate themselves from Hausas. Because Hausas have been using Biafrans like slaves since 1960 till date. And nobody could talk. All the leaders before us are dumb and deaf and buffoons. Now, the real men who are born in Biafra land have risen up against injustice, intimidation, political marigenda, and impunity killings. And they don't like it. So you who have decided to die in the north, in Hausa land, that is your own cup of tea. I am not warning you. I am not fighting you. I'm a peace-loving man. But just tie your belt and wear your Wellington boot and wear your bulletproof when the war will escalate, because what will end in Nigeria is another war, whether you like it or not. Because even if I tell you now to come back, you will call me a fool. What is that foolish man talking about? He called himself a general. He cannot mind his business. So, dear friends, I welcome